Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 9th update for Throwback 30. Jessica created this Fantastic Ladies project because there are just so many good Fantastic Ladies projects and we can't do all of them. So this is a way to try to at least sample more projects. It started last year on July 28th and it's going to be ending on July 28th. I did pull in all 30 of the projects at the intro and I've been working through them. As of the last update, I had 16 left. And I'm just going to go down the alphabetical list and show you my progress. I did use all 16 in the last month, so there's a lot to talk about. Before I start down that list though, I am going to give you a bit of a disclaimer. It is a nice day today. I have some windows open, and as I was getting ready, there was somebody practicing. I live near a range, and you may be able to hear some noises. That is a projectile breaking the sound barrier, but it's somebody practicing somewhere where they are allowed to practice, and nothing's wrong, everything's fine. I am going to start with 50 Shades of Brown, which that project just ended a little bit ago, and I did participate. I did, however, pull in a 51st brown item for this project. It's the NARS Laguna 2 Cream Bronzer. My goal is to use this 30 times. At the last update, I had 10 uses. I've used it 4 more times, giving me 14, and here's what it looks like now. So I have 16 to go. I'm almost halfway. I still think I can do that by the finale. Next is 50 Shades of Pink, and I picked this LOC One and Done Shadow Stick in Heavy Petal. This is significantly shorter than last time, not because I used it because it broke and I had to sharpen it down to where there was product. I just used it one more time, which took me from 8 uses to 9, and I don't know if it's going to break off again or not, but I can use it a little bit more, and so it's, not how I wanted to make progress, but oh well, I'm not that attached to this product anyway, so I'm not that upset about the fact that it broke and I lost a little bit of product that way, but it is still in the project and I am trying to finish it. 50 Shades of Purple, I brought in a purple eyeliner. This is from Cynthia Rowley and it doesn't have a shade name, but it is purple. My goal was to use this 15 times. At the last update I had 14 uses. I used it the one more time, so this is rolling out. I've gotten all of my uses on it. This is a pale lavendery type purple, and they switched to a higher caliber. I have decided that I do like this on my lower lash line. It's a little bit pale for me to usually want to use it on my upper lash line, though I do sometimes if I'm doing like a very light, more minimal type look. And I don't use it in the waterline because I think it's the shimmer that irritates my eyes, but I don't like it there because it's uncomfortable. But this gets to roll out now. 7 Deadly Pans is based on the 7 Deadly Sins, and I picked Lust, so I went to Reliable NARS for that one. This is the Orgasm X blush, or a sample of it, and my goal was to use it 30 times. At the last update I had 17 uses. I've used it 10 more times for a total of 27. So I just have 3 to go. This will be rolling out next time. And at this point, if you look really closely, you can tell that I've used it, which, it's a NARS blush. I didn't really expect to have a dip exactly, but that's impressive. It is rather pigmented, but I do like it. It has a goldy type sheen, which is nice. But 3 more uses before I roll this out. It has been a long time since you've seen this one. It's Child of the 80s, which was a project themed around the 80s. I randomized the prompt Star Wars, which was something glittery, and I brought in a nail polish. This is the Del Sol Color Change nail polish. It doesn't change anymore, but it used to turn that purpley color. But there's glitter in here. It's like silver and red and gold. It's fine glitter. My goal was to use this 5 times. Last time I talked about this, I had 4 of those uses, and I did use it the one more time. So this is rolling out for Child of the 80s. Even though it doesn't change anymore, it's still a nice product. It hasn't gotten thick at all. I haven't had to thin it out, so it is still holding up pretty well in that regard. And I will be happy to continue using it. It is still what I consider to be a summery color, and I'll probably bring it into another project this year so I can get some more use out of it this season. Next is ColourPan, and that's for panning ColourPop products. I only own one. It's this Cherish Pressed Powder Palette. They don't call it an eyeshadow palette because technically that middle shade is not approved for use on the eyes, which really annoys me, and I use it on my eyes anyway. I am wearing this palette on my eyes today, though not that shade, and this is my 7th use for the month. My goal is to use this 30 times. I am now up to 11 uses total, so I have 19 to go. I am kind of getting nervous about getting all my uses on the eyeshadow in this project at this point, but I am going to try. This is a nice gold shade that I usually use as an inner corner, sometimes on the lid. That, of course, makes a great transition shade. It's a light matte brown. This is the star of the show. I usually wear it on my lid. That is the matte with glitter, and a lot of people really don't like those, and I can't for the life of me figure out why, because that is my favorite shade in this palette. I can use it in the crease because it's mostly matte. I can use it on the lid. There is a little bit of shimmer in there. I'll use it on the lower lash line. It does just about anything I want it to do, and I have no complaints about it. And this, of course, I usually use as either a liner or a deepening shade. And today that's where I have it, is on my lower lash line and on the outer corner. I have this one on my lid over some black eyeliner. Actually, I went all out smoky vampy on my eyes today, and I put this in my crease before I started. So that's what's on my eyes, plus the black eyeliner that I actually used as a base. Disney Princess Roulette had the Disney princesses and 2 colors associated with each. I randomized Mulan and her colors were blue and green. I picked this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer because depending on the lighting, sometimes it looks blue and sometimes it looks green. My goal is to finish it, and I am all the way down there. There's not much left. This will be rolling out next time, I'm sure. I do like this product. It does provide a nice grippy base. I know some people don't like that sticky feeling, and I can understand why, but it doesn't last. It doesn't feel sticky all day long. So I am wearing this today. I do like it, and I will be happy to finish it. Drop 10 before summer is for painting summer-themed items, and I picked this DPUX Kristen Cavallari Sun and City Mist. This is supposed to protect your hair color from sun and pollution. I have no color in my hair right now, but I'm using it anyway, really just to use it. Maybe it helps protect my actual hair from pollution and sun, I don't know. But I used it about 4 times, and I went from that brown line to that pink line. I'm starting to get nervous as to whether or not I can finish this in the finale or not. I am still going to try, but it is still in the project. I would not buy this again since it's not a product that I need in my life, since I don't typically color treat my hair. Next is Happy Hour, which is themed around adult beverages. I randomized the prompt Craft Beer, which is an indie brand product. I picked this Exa Beauty High Fidelity Color Corrector in the shade Green. My goal is to use it 30 times. The last update I had 23 uses. And then last month I used it 6 times, which gives me 29. I am not wearing it today. If I had, I would have met my goal, but I didn't. But one more use, this will be rolling out next time. And I have figured out how to use this. It is really easy to use too much, and then it more than cancels the redness in my case. I do get redness, particularly in this area. It is more on this one side for whatever reason, but I do typically apply it to both sides, and I do like it. I'm going to keep it around. It's going to last me forever because I don't need much of it, but just one more use and it'll roll out next time. It's Panning Cats and Dogs. This is one I haven't talked about since the intro, but I randomized the prompt balls or toys, which is something that rolls away. This is my Perfectly Posh Hipster Skin Stick. I used to have this on my coffee table for a while, and then it kind of disappeared, and I found it under the coffee table, so it did roll away on me once. I don't really know how to use this. I got this for free. I had a coworker who sold Perfectly Posh, and I bought most of my products through her. But this is something that she actually gave me as a gift with purchase because she got it as a gift with purchase, and I think it's because no one knew what to do with this. Most of their skin sticks have specific purposes, like it'll be minty and help with headaches, or it's lavender and helps you sleep. This one just says that it's a Throwback essential oil blend, and it doesn't really give a particular effect that it's supposed to be doing. So I was using it as a moisturizer. In the past, I've tried using it as a hand cream, but it leaves my hands too greasy and I don't like it that way. I did use it one time over the last month, and I used it as a moisturizer on my legs after shaving, which was fine. It's not very efficient that way, and I would absolutely not buy one of these if I could, but that's all that's left. So I am going to finish it at this point, and it's probably going to be on my legs again. So that's how I'll use it, and I won't miss it at all. Lip services for panning lip products, and I picked a lip gloss. This is my very old Maybelline Shiny-licious in Berry Bella. I am trying to finish this. At the last update I had 20 uses, and I've used it 5 more times, giving me 25. It is down there. I haven't been marking it because it just moves so slowly, and I only use it a handful of times in a month usually. But I am still trying to finish it. It still performs fine. I wouldn't buy it again, I don't think, or I wouldn't seek it out even if it were still available. Like, it's just fine. I don't dislike it, I don't love it, but I will work on finishing this up still. Nightmare on Panning Street is themed around horror movies, and the one that I picked was Event Horizon, and that is a magnetic product or something in magnetic packaging. This is a magnetic product. They are the Glamnetic lashes in the style Virgo. You use them with a magnetic liner, such as this one. This is obviously not the one that came with it. The pen that came with these got emptied after about 15 uses. So I wasn't particularly happy about that, especially since this is like 30 bucks. And it's a good liner. It lasts really well, but I don't typically want to pay that much for it. At the last update, I had 28 uses of my goal of 30 on these, and I did get the other 2. So these are rolling out. They are still in decent shape, so I'm not going to be throwing them away. They have lost a couple of lashes, but they still look pretty full, and they're not like at weird angles or anything, so I'm going to be keeping them around. They'll probably roll into another project later. I don't typically wear lashes when I go out. It's usually something that I'm wearing when I'm filming videos because I just don't want to deal with, are they staying where I want them? Are they coming off? Did I lose one? Do they look weird? I don't want to deal with it, and I honestly don't feel like I personally need false lashes in my life at all. I got these in an advent calendar, and that's why I have them. But these are rolling out of the project. Next is Skin is In, which is for panning skincare products. I picked a cleanser. This is the Nourishing Cleanser from the Somme Institute. My goal is to finish this. There's my mark, so that's where I'm at right now. At least I think so. I'm having a difficult time marking this for some reason. You can usually see through the white plastic pretty well, but I was really struggling there today. And I think this can be done in a month or two. I love this cleanser, but it is so expensive. It's a $48 cleanser. I don't really want to spend $48 on a cleanser, so it's going to be bittersweet when I finish this because I am going to miss it, but I'm also not going to want to buy another one. I also can't buy another one because I own a ridiculous number of cleansers. But this is still in the project. I still really like it, and I'm going to be kind of sad when I finish it, either for the next update or the one after. Next is That's So 2000s, which is themed around the noughties decade. I was in middle school and high school around that time, so I remember it quite well. I am a little bit older, I think, than the creator of this project, so we kind of remember a little bit of different things. One example is the Cheetah Girls. That was any animal print. I did like the TV show That's So Raven, but I never watched the movie. It just seemed marketed towards girls who were a little bit younger than I was at the time, and so I never bothered watching it. But for that, any animal print, I pulled in the Color Street nail strips in Snake My Day. They were snake printed, and I did finish them. I had used them twice for 2 different manicures as of the last update, and I had enough to do 8 nails for the last month, so that's what I did. I did a manicure, and then I had a black accent nail. But these are now rolling out because they are gone, and I won't miss them at all. I honestly thought that these were more difficult to use than just painting my nails. They tended to chip easily, I found. They were kind of brittle. I have used glitter ones from Color Street, and those ones aren't as fragile. Those hold up a whole lot better than the patterns. So as cool as the patterns are, I don't think I'd buy them because the nail polish, in my opinion, just holds up better. So these are out, and I'm not sad. Next is Tiny Pans. That is a past year's Pan That palette theme, and you were to pan your palette with the tiniest pans. I picked the Coastal Scents Stylized Eyeshadow Sampler because that's my smallest palette in my case, and I do count 2 shadows as a palette. My goal is to use this 30 times. At the last update, I had used it 5 times. I used it 3 more times in the last month for a total of 8. This is actually competing with another pink palette right now as part of the problem, but as you can see, that shimmer shade has very little left in it. It's just what's at that edge there. So I am expecting to finish that at some point, at least I hope so. As I said, I am getting a little bit nervous about hitting these high usage goals on eyeshadows that I have in this project at this point in time because I don't have a whole lot of time to get my other 22 uses on this. But I am still going to try. It is still in the project. And the last of my remaining 16 products that we're talking about is for Women Who Rock. The prompts for this project were all Women Who Rock. And I randomized Serena Williams. She is, of course, the famous tennis player. And she said, "I don't like to lose at anything, yet I've grown most not from victories, but setbacks." So it's a product that you used to hate, but learned to love. I used to not be quite so fond of this milk cream highlighter in the shade Lit. Yeah, I have the writing all wearing off of here, but at the last update, I had 25 of my 30 uses on it. I used it twice more in the last month, so I have 3 to go. So this might be rolling out next time too. That is rolled all the way up, by the way, so I am hoping to finish this year. 3 uses won't do that for me, but I will meet my goal on this project and hopefully roll it into another at some point for a finish goal. I really like this. It works on my skin tone in any season, really, so this is light enough for me to use it in the winter or now where I haven't really gotten a tan yet. And I typically use this to underpaint, but not always. So it is nice that way. If I'm wearing it over foundation, I do have to use my finger and then dab it. I can't swipe, otherwise it removes my foundation, which is why I initially didn't like it, but I did figure out how to use it, and now I think it's a great product. So if you were counting, that was 4 rollouts. I met my goal on this eyeliner for 50 Shades of Purple. I met my goal on this nail polish for Child of the 80s. I met my goal on these lashes for Nightmare on Panning Street, And I finished off these nail strips for That's So 2000. So I am now down to 12 products remaining of the original 30. And I think next update's going to be a good one too. For next time, I should get a minimum of 3 rollouts. I just have 3 more uses on this NARS blush, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. This is my only like single blush that I have in a project, so that should be easy. I should finish this mini primer that I have for Disney Princess Roulette, and I should get my last use on the green concealer for Happy Hour. So that should be easy, and so next time I'm anticipating being in the single digits for sure. Wish me luck, good luck with your projects, and I'll see you next month. Bye.